Hello, nerds, and we're back in 2024. That's right. It's been a long time since y'all seen us. We went on vacation hiatus
I
in the middle of
experienced
December, and
entertaining the
now
only
we
thing that
are back. Uh, Welcome to Geek Beast, part of the Geekish Network. And like we always say, this is your daily rundown of geek news from geeks like you. And if you're new to our show, you can check out the Geek News Beat. I'm your host, Chuck, and with me, we have Randy. What's up, Randy?
Yo, what's up, Geek Beast? Chuck, what are we talking about tonight?
For those that don't know, because they may be new to the network, if you're in our chat, you can actually comment to us and we will actually read your comments and address your comments as we read the news stories. And the funk came out already. He said, "Oh man, Carlet shirt for New
All right, for
Year's."
the new year.
Oh yeah. Look at him. He's business. He's the businessman today. The funk. He's the businessman.
Button to the top.
Um, First news story of today. No surprises here. Secession, Oppenheimer, and The Bear dominated the 2024 Golden Globes. So Secession and Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer were the biggest winners of the 2024 Golden Globe Awards, which felt a little predictable given how thoroughly they dominated their respective categories, particularly the acting category, which in a couple of different cases had three Secession performers dueling for the top spot. That's interesting. They're like, it's all Secession actors right now. Um, Gerda,
Succession was my show, man. I
yeah.
love Succession.
That's awesome. Greta Gerwig's Barbie didn't fare as well in the mix, and even though it was dominated in many of the categories, ultimately it only walked away with the Best Original Song and the Cinematic and Box Office Achievement Award.
Hmm.
Ooh.
Is
That's
that a
something.
new category? Box office achievement award?
It's the
Like,
Golden Globe, so they
yeah, but I
change
still
their
don't recall
categories all
ever
the
hearing.
time.
Yeah, I still don't ever recall hearing that award before. Maybe
No, it's
check y'all can help us
yeah.
out.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I think that chat. I don't know if that's a new award. Cinematic and box office achievement. What does that even mean?
I'm assuming box off achievement is a way for films that like do really well, commercial like films that don't necessarily do well at award show for them to gain some sort of recognition. Because a
Yeah,
lot of times the
or
criticism,
it's a consolation prize
yeah,
to
for
the
popular.
best film. Hmm.
Well, it's a popular film. So like in the past, a lot of times very popular films don't get recognized by award
They
shows.
don't. They don't.
And so this is a category where those popular films could win.
Yeah.
And Funk said, yeah, new category for popular films that don't win other categories. Yeah. Other than like special effects or makeup or something like that.
There were a lot of categories in the Golden Globes, and I didn't watch them on TV. Did you watch them, Randy?
I didn't watch them either. I didn't even know they were on.
They were on, yeah. I didn't watch them. It was really long. I think it's a Joe Coy was the
He was the host. They said
host.
he
He
did.
bombed.
Well,
Hmm.
they said he was only notified 10 days in advance.
Yeah.
Nobody in Hollywood wanted that job.
Yeah.
And they
That's
just
so
kind of threw it
crazy.
to him at the last minute. Damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
It
They
is
said he bombed
difficult
really bad.
for
That
that
was
crowd,
difficult.
right? Because
Yeah, that crowd is.
they get mad when you make fun of them.
Hmm.
So it's hard, to get last. But I need him to bring back like Ricky Gervais because he did the Golden Globes like 3 years in a row, and he went in on everybody and
Yeah.
certainly did not care if you laughed about it or not.
Yeah. Yeah. The best motion picture animated is the category that kind of threw me off, right? They had The Boy and the Heron. They had Elemental, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Super Mario Brothers movie, Suzume, and Wish.
I mean, I saw some of those, and I don't
Yeah.
can imagine any movie being better than Across the Spider Verse.
That's what I'm saying. I heard the Boy and the Heron won, and I think it's because it's Miyazaki's last film, and and Disney probably promoted the hell out of it,
I
and
mean,
Max probably promoted the hell out of it, so I can see them getting it for it. But Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is probably the best movie of the last year. You know, the funk
I
came
haven't
in.
seen it, so I can't say if it's better than Into the Spider Verse. This motherfucker must be amazing. Sorry, pardon my French, but it has to be goddamn amazing.
I mean, Miyazaki films are great animation.
I ain't saying it not.
I'm not saying he's the best storyteller because usually he does non-traditional films. There's no three acts. It's an incident of people's lives, and it goes where it goes. And I don't think he's actually made a film better than the Spider-Verse films. Spider-Verse films are amazing, like just amazing film, amazing storytelling.
Hmm.
The
I mean,
attention
the
to
funk in the
detail is
chat.
very high.
The funk wants smoke. He wants smoke for the first show of the year. He says Spider-Verse 2 is an incomplete, unevenly paced movie. Such a disappointment. So he wants smoke for the first show of the year.
No, it didn't. He just came in and asked for smoke.
Right, he's
I
choosing violence.
disagree with you.
100%.
I loved it.
I can't
And,
think
and
of.
and the Boy and the Heron, are we gonna say that Miyazaki does really good movie pacing? He does. He tells good stories, but they're like really human stories. So things just happen in the movies.
Now y'all making me want to see this because
He said, "How do you live in a mind trip? I really want to hear how kids receive the imagine they may have been as scared as I was watching Never Ending Story too." Yeah, I heard it. I heard it's scary for kids. I heard it's scary for kids. But I'm curious. It didn't win, but I really enjoyed Into the Spider, and I agree. Across the Spider Verse is only half a movie because they could have gave me another hour and I would have sat there for it.
They could have gave me another 10 hours and I'd have sat there for it.
I really enjoyed it. But the Golden Globes are on, and congratulations to all the winners. You know, I hope you get many more successes in the futures and all the nominees. Hope the nominees have their taste of victory sooner than later,
Yeah.
and that new nominees come in the battle and more diverse nominees come in the battle.
Always, yeah.
Because I listen to Succession, Oppenheimer,
Well,
and The
Passion is a whole
Bear,
lot.
and all they have in common
It's
is
a whole lot of
white
whiteness.
people, a whole lot of
Yeah, it's a
whiteness,
whole lot.
a whole lot of
Secession's
whiteness.
got a whole lot of white people.
So
Rich,
Oppenheimer has a whole
privileged,
lot of white people.
yeah, rich, privileged white people.
The Bear had a black cast, so they had some black cast members and Hispanic cast members because it's Chicago, which
Okay.
is good. But the main character is white.
Yeah.
Um, Next up, Warhammer co-creator Brian Ansel. He passed away. So Brian Ansel co-created Warhammer Fantasy Battle and the lead of the games workshop through the late 1980s, passed away at home on the morning of December 30th. He was 68 years old.
Mhm.
Ansel's an experienced sculptor, partnered with Game Workshop in 1978 to create Citadel Miniatures, a brand under the company still produces the British-made products to this day. Later, he would become the managing director of Game Workshop itself. During his tenure, the company fully transitioned from being an import and distributor of tabletop games such as Dungeons and Dragons to a manufacturer and exporting its own science fiction and fantasy products all around the world. So Warhammer is about to become really big because it's going to enter popular culture. I think it was with what's his
Henry
name?
Cavill.
Henry
Henry
Cavill.
Cavill's supposed to play the lead.
Yeah. And it's a movie series, right? Or is it a TV
I
show?
thought a TV
TV
series.
series.
It's TV series? Okay.
Yeah,
I
it's gonna
thought
be TV
Prime is
series
the
with
network.
Amazon Prime.
Yeah,
Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's about to get super popular. And this is the guy that helped create it. Was one of the co-creators of it. It's gonna be interesting because I don't know much about Warhammer's
I,
lore. I know that I see the miniatures all the time. I have friends and I have a friend. He has like 2,000, 3,000 miniatures, and he's painted all of them.
Mhm.
He's over his whole entire life. He said, I painted all of them, all my factions and all my teams. You
Okay.
know, and you paint little miniature figures and you put them on the battlefield and you strategize war. So I'm really curious about what this is really going to be, what Warhammer is really going to be as a TV show,
Yeah.
and to see how popular it becomes. You know, I was thinking after Vox Machina that Dungeons and Dragons become very popular, but not enough people seen it. When I bring it up to people, they're like, "What is that?" I'm
Man,
like, "Boy,
I feel for them. I like what do Catholics do? Like they say a prayer or something for like somebody that's lost or had a bad thing. That's how I feel
uh-huh."
for people if they told me they haven't seen the Legend of Vox Machina.
We have somebody electric tease Q. Hello, sorry for I'm seeing. They want to top our promotions for the channel. They don't want anything. Huge shout out to Robert Pattinson's performance in How Do You Live? Stellar. He truly excels at weirdos. Yeah, Robert Pattinson plays weirdos so well. People doubted me he would make a bad Bruce Wayne, and I said no. He's so weird and awkward. He make the perfect Bruce Wayne, and he did. And then people were like, "Well, he was a vampire in Twilight." I was like, "Yeah, he was like 22 when he did that role."
Yeah, Robert Patterson has done a lot of really good films.
Really good films.
Uh,
I tell
yeah,
everybody that.
yeah.
I don't
I
know if
think
he can
that's
really
what
pull
people know.
Batman off. And I was
Yeah,
like,
I
he
think that's what
can.
people. Yeah, it's just what that's what people know because it was such
Knew
a
him
big
from.
film. Yeah, but Robert
Yeah.
Pattinson, his acting chops have been thorough.
Man,
That's
he
it.
buried
Yeah.
Denzel's son in Tenet.
Oh,
Buried
yeah,
him.
buried him.
Buried him.
Yeah,
It
absolutely.
looked like a child playing the NBA game.
Yeah, and that's not the
Yeah.
only thing that he's done well. He's
Yeah.
done a lot of things well. Yeah,
Yeah. The highlight film. There's a lot of films I like of
yeah,
his, a lot of
yeah.
independent
I
films.
did. I thought the Batman was good. It's not my
It's too
favorite
long.
Batman, and it is long.
They could have cut it where it ended the first time. They could have stopped it there. Instead, they gave us another 45 minutes. I was like, we didn't even need that.
We didn't.
We
And
didn't need that extra 45 minutes. They could have stopped it where it was ended, where it properly ended, and they're like, "Nah, we're gonna put on another 45-minute story on here,
yeah,
make
it
it
was.
2 hours and 20 minutes because people want long movies now." Who said that in Hollywood? People want long movies.
I guess since it was Batman, I guess they figured people would wait longer. But yeah, I don't need a almost 3 hour Batman movie.
Man, we need to get back to films are an hour and a half, hour 30. Tell me what you need to tell me. Um, But now, speaking of films, we're going to TV shows. Return to Nevermore as Wednesday season one sets Blu-ray and DVD release date.
Hmm.
Boy, this is a first.
Yeah, that's
Dang.
interesting.
And that's not a first for Netflix. The fact they announce it like this. Usually they slide their shows on DVD and Blu-ray. They slide them on there. Like you go into Best Buy, you'd be like, oh, they got The Crown on Blu-ray. Oh, they got this.
So talk, and I know you and the Funk are into this. Why would I want a Blu-ray version of Wednesday when I can see it on streaming anytime I want?
First of all, you get non-compressed video. You get
Okay.
raw
So the
4K
quality is
video.
just gonna
Quality, the
be that
sound
much
quality,
better.
unless you pay for the higher upper end of Netflix, and even that's compressed when it comes down. You know, he's like, ironic that streaming services now putting out physical releases in Best Buy and Target are stopping stocking movies. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I don't. Yeah, I think it's
but
interesting.
people want the extras. Netflix doesn't do extras.
I'm saying I
Prime
thought that
does
was
do them.
a gone model. That model didn't really exist like that anymore.
What's that?
The extras, like I mean,
Yeah.
back in the day with the
Prime does it though. Prime has extras
okay,
on
because
their
back in
shows
the
and
days when you
stuff.
had DVDs and Blu-rays, you were excited about the extras. I didn't.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's one of the best things about Scott Pilgrim is the extras. The extras are really, really good on Scott Pilgrim. You
Okay,
know, they actually show scenes being made and how they did it, how they moved the sets. Like a lot, none of those sets are digital. It's all practical stuff.
but
So they're
isn't that
tip,
exclusively on? That's on Netflix though. The
Scott Pilgrim. Mm-hmm.
yeah, Scott
Mm-hmm.
Pilgrim.
Mm-hmm. Netflix is probably figuring out how to give you extras from the shows because people want to see their favorite Korean dramas and the extras behind the blooper reels. People love those things. They just got to
Oh,
figure out
I
how to
get it.
do
I
it.
just didn't think they did it like that anymore.
And he says, as you see with HBO Max and Disney Plus, rely on shows and movies always being on their services or even other services, and that's true, because Netflix pulls stuff all the time. Usually, it's
All the
not
time.
Netflix branded, but they do pull stuff.
Yeah, all the time.
But they probably pull Netflix branded stuff too.
Would you buy the Wednesday Blu-ray?
I will when the show is finished. I will buy all of them. It's like the Criterion Collection, right? You want a movie you can always go to and trust it. You can have all the extras. You can have the audio description track. You want all those things. Those things are good.
Mhm.
And if you can get video and probably access because most Blu-rays now come for digital version. And if you can get access to the latest digital version of it, it'd be good. Because it could like, oh, we ship it in 4K, but the digital version, 8K becomes the standard. And they're like, hey, we have 8K digital for all you guys that have it in 4K. Like the funk said I spent about $200 buying 4 Disney Plus, Marvel, and Star Wars shows that released on disc so far.
Okay. All right.
Yep. Yep. So we know that things can go away. You don't own it.
No,
You're
you
just
know,
paying for the license to
even
view
when
it.
yeah, right, right. That's
Yep.
any sort of digital product you don't own, and they tell you that.
Uh, mm-hmm.
People don't read the fine print, but they tell you that's like, no, this isn't yours. You're leasing it.
Yep. So March 26, 2024, you can buy Wednesday season one on Blu-ray or DVD.
Okay.
You know. And you have small children, and since now
Sure.
you can't share the password across profiles, you have kids split in two households. You can get buy one for them to carry from back and forth. You
See,
know,
I
we
am more anticipating season two of Wednesday than I am
yeah,
Blu-ray release. But that's
we are into session season two.
that's it.
Rodney said he's going to try to buy the Expanse complete set soon, cause I'm afraid they'll go away from Prime someday. I agree with him. The Expanse, you probably need to buy all of that. Amazon has server space, but they pull shit all the time too. They're like, we don't want to have it on here. We don't want to pay the licensing. We don't want to pay the owners of this property. The grid, sure it's ours, but we have to pay them to a royalty, so we don't want to pay them anymore. Um, Today, Pixar announced the new Spark short titled Self, set to premiere February 2nd, 2024 on Disney Plus,
Mhm.
combining computer generated animation and stop motion. Yes, you read that correctly. The Spark short will, prior to Spark short releases, touches on her personal heritage and journey. This is interesting. So they're actually going to have a stop motion plus computer generated animation. I'm like, I wonder who does that.
It looks, as you said, interesting. I don't know how I feel about it. Just at first gander.
I like Leica. Leica does a lot of good stop motion, like Coraline. What's the samurai one? I forgot. The box. I mean, well, the Trolls, whatever it's called. Missing Link. I
Mhm.
like those because those are all stop motion. The Funk could probably give us a whole list of them in the chat, but to see that with computer animation, it makes me think of Gumball. But I know Gumball's not stop motion at all. None of those characters are stop motion. So it'd be interesting to see all that.
Yeah.
Phil Tippett is known as a stop motion guy who did RoboCop, Jurassic Park, Star Wars, pretty much all the big blockbusters through the 70s through 90s until CGI revolution. Okay, so this is like Clash of the Titans or something like that. Really big blockbusters, stop motion for all the creatures and stuff. So I'm really curious about what this short is going to be like.
Okay.
Hulu
Cool.
expanded on the short film while speaking with Nerds of Color. She said that Self brings in her Ethiopian heritage, and the score, sound editing, and design would influence the emotional narrative of the film. That's interesting.
Yeah.
So it's based around Ethiopian
Mm-hmm.
or
Like I said,
Habesha.
it's short. Maybe if popular girls in popularity, we'll get a full feature.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's exciting. Speaking of Disney Plus, the next Star Wars movie has been announced. The Mandalorian Grogu, a buddy cop film. That's what I honestly think it's going to be. The buddy cop film. Nobody can tell me different. It's going to be Lethal Weapon meets Turner and Hooch all at the same time. Where Grogu's like the dog with magical powers. And the Mandalorian is going to be what's his name? Mel Gibson.
You think they're gonna kill Grogu in this one in the movie?
Oh no. Oh no. They're gonna
He's gotta
milk
die.
him.
He gotta die or
No, they're
escape
gonna put
from
him. They're gonna put him in another universe. He's gonna go wherever Ahsoka is right now, and
Princess Rosario.
Sabine. Yeah, he's gonna go into another universe. They're gonna let him live because he is a cash cat.
You know when they first premiered The Mandalorian, they didn't have a licensing deal on the table for Grogu.
I know it. I
They
know
had
it.
to start manufacturing after the series started.
People saw him.
Yeah.
Well. Favreau. Then I know the backstory on that. He didn't want anybody to know Grogu existed. He
Mm,
was really big about that, and he wanted to keep it secret. He didn't want anybody to leak that they had a Yoda replacement.
mm. I
So
still
he was like, "We're not making anything with him. We're
I
not going to put
still
him in
know
the
how
park.
Disney
We're not going
felt
to do
about
anything.
that.
We're going to see how people feel about him when we launch him, and then we'll manufacture." And Disney was okay with that.
Mm,
And then
I
when
read.
when I joined Disney, the VP at the time, the senior vice president, he was really big on Grogu. He's like, "Yeah, we gotta get Grogu all over the park."
Yeah.
And they were like, "Nah, you can't have force users in the park like that. Only one that can walk around the park like that is Kylo, because Kylo's in the timeline. So the park is in the timeline. It's a space in the timeline, and
Hmm.
it's when Ray and when Ray's Sabine, all of them will be in the timeline.
Okay.
But I
Now they're all
said,
in the same timeline though. Like
"What's up?"
they're all in the same timeline. It's
But Grogu wouldn't have been.
after the fall of the Empire.
But this is right at the right the fifth the fifth order.
Mm-hmm.
Grogu's not in there right now. They haven't written him in yet.
Hmm.
so he's not in
Okay.
there.
Oh,
So
okay, okay. So Kylo is
Kylo,
wreaking
Ray,
havoc. Okay.
yeah, all of those characters in the last three films.
Yeah, yeah.
You
So
know,
Kylo killed him though.
yeah. And they said Sabine's going to be in there, so they announced Sabine's going to be in that timeline somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the name is a horrible name. I totally agree with the font. That name is horrible.
They got time to change the name.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
The only
So
thing I
that
in Disney is the Acolyte series.
yeah, I think they should go into the old Republic as quick as possible
Yeah.
instead of trying to launch this one. Um, I'm going to get into this last story. We're going to move into crosstalk.
Okay.
Um, Paramount expands Star Trek universe with a new film. Andor's Toby Hayden tapped to direct with Seth Graham Smith writing. Even as this continues to develop, this is only in development. We only know so much. They're making a new Star Trek series. Even
A new Star Trek series or just a new
chapter in the main Star Trek. No, it's a movie set in the chapters of the main Star Trek series.
right. So it's like Kirk
Kirk
and
and them.
Spock and
Mm-hmm. hmm While the plot details are being kept under wraps, the project is an origin story that keeps place decades before the original 2009 Star Trek film.
I mean that doesn't excite me. Well, maybe because what you would call it. It's such a great series. With Pike and them.
Uh-huh.
It's
hmm
such a great series. I don't know if I necessarily need a prequel to the Enterprise. And we already had that
Uh,
with Discovery.
yeah. First Contact is really cool though. Like I would love for a film to have that where America's in its war and all of a sudden we figure out warp drive and the Vulcans show up. I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa,
Already
whoa, whoa,
done that.
whoa, 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 whoa. You
We already,
know,
we've already done that.
not really though. Not we didn't focus on that. I want to focus on that.
That's not enough of a deviation for me to get me excited. Nah,
Man,
listen,
that's the
everything.
same thing about what's the Star Wars film? The Rogue Squadron. It's the same thing. There's not much there. But we got a film from it.
Yeah, I don't necessarily.
I want to see the Earth try to battle these Vulcans because you know the first thing we did was fight.
No, we didn't. We made peace with them rather quickly. And the Vulcans, we didn't go to war with the Vulcans.
I bet you there was all kinds of talks about fighting. I'm
Oh, it
pretty
had to
sure
be. Absolutely.
exactly. And I want that story. I want the House of Cards story and the politics around the world about that.
I don't really need that, man.
Do
Just
want it. I
man, I
want it. I
don't.
want it. I
Maybe
want
if
it.
it would have been with the Romulans, I could see, but I don't really need that.
No, no. We didn't know what the Romulans looked like until we
Yeah, we
discovered what the
didn't.
Romulans look like.
Yeah,
They look like Vulcans.
looks exactly like them.
Yep. Like Spock was like, wow, they look just like us.
Yeah. So I just don't need a
Mhm.
prequel for this. How many more prequels are we going to have?
Man, until they can stop milking it. People like us stop going to see these films.
Uh, I mean, I'm going to go
I mean, the
see.
Old Republic is the prequel to all of this.
The Old Republic, though, has never been touched on in film or television, though.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That is
So,
true.
and it is a it is a non-Skywalker project. So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They love that Skywalker family, boy. And then we do love the Enterprise. We should move away from the Enterprise because Lower Decks
yeah.
shows you that it's fun out there in the universe. It's
I mean,
fun
we've
out there.
moved away from you. We have
Yeah,
Voyager.
Deep Space Nine. We have Voyager. You're
We had
right. You're right.
Discovery.
Discovery. Yeah,
Deep
we do.
Space Nine was a space station.
Yeah,
We've
yeah,
moved away from the Enterprise.
yeah, yeah. But I
But
want to go.
ain't nothing like the Enterprise, man.
I want to go with ships that exist when the Enterprise is here and how they behave. Like, man, these Enterprise motherfuckers always go into the deep space and
Yeah,
explore,
no,
and
I can see that.
we got to go over here and mine these asteroids and watch these Klingons. You
Yeah, no,
know?
I could see I wouldn't mind seeing some rivalries, even at the academy. Like you're seeing
Yeah.
rivalries at the academy, rivals with the Enterprise. That could be fun.
I want to see a battleship story. like about a squadron of battleships, and their job is to protect the Federation.
Yeah. But we could do
Mm.
that at any time period. We don't have to live in that whole Spock Kirk.
No, it don't have to be stock of Kirk. Just anytime they have it, just
Yeah.
have the battleships.
Yeah.
You know.
I could do with that.
But yeah, but this is exciting. This is exciting. A new film coming up from Star Trek. Andor's Toby Haynes did a really good job with Andor. It's a really human show, and directed with Seth Graham Smith writing it. So I'm really curious about what's going to happen here.
Let's see.
You know, so we'll see how it comes out. With that being said, let's go into crosstalk.
Let's do that.
Who's available, Rodney? Who's here? Who's here to go into crosstalk for binge worthy? If y'all didn't know, we do crosstalk with binge worthy.
Ange Worthy is back.
Yep.
God,
Rakai's back in. Hey, Rakai.
coming
Mm.
through.
What's
What's
going
going
on?
on? What's going
What's
on?
not much? What's happening, fellas?
Nothing. We're waiting for you to pop in. Yeah. We're just talking about Star Trek and Star Wars movies coming out. And right now, Star Trek is they just announced it. There's no writing or anything to it. But it sounds to me more exciting than the Star Wars Mandalorian Grogu buddy cop film. What do you think about that? What do you
That's
think
just a
about
hair
that?
line.
I'm
And you
going to
have
say it's a buddy cop film until somebody proves me different.
well, we can't prove you different until it comes out.
I know it, Randy. I know it.
I'm
What do you think
y-
about
and,
that?
and y'all know that I'm a Star Wars stan, and
Yeah. You
so
asking him about
I haven't heard the Star Trek announcement on what that was, but so it was said that that what's our guy? Uh,
Din Djarin?
no, no,
Pike?
our guy who
Favreau?
read no, not Favreau, Filoni.
Oh,
Maloney,
Filoni.
Dave
okay.
Dave Filoni, that he was going to do a movie anyway to wrap up all the universes. So all the stuff that we had going on. So the Mandalorian, the Ahsoka, all this stuff. He's going to wrap it all up.
Mm-hmm.
This don't sound like that movie.
No, this sounds like a money grab.
Absolutely.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Here's the thing. You're probably right. Um, you're probably right, and I
It's
can't
gonna be like the
with
Christmas
with
special of the
with
No, we're never doing Star
Disney.
Wars.
Disney has been just leaking. They have been bleeding money. Just they are losing money by the handful. They done lost the rights to Mickey. So Mickey is out here doing porn and who God knows what else he's doing horror movies. And
horror video games.
yeah, Mickey's out here twerking for $1. So so they said, listen, this is the most popular property we got. We know that people respond to it. If you write it, they will come.
That's true.
And
People
and
love Grogu,
he's not wrong.
and he got battle armor now too. Made a Beskar.
Well, the thing is too, if you tie it into the series that are coming out, and you try to say, okay, I'm gonna wrap up all the series of stuff, or wrap up Din Djarin and Grogu's story so far with this movie, everybody's gonna go.
What's gonna happen in this movie?
Oh
What?
God.
Grogu's gonna teach Din Djarin how to use the Force.
Yep, that's what's
He's gonna
gonna
become a
happen. I
Jedi.
mean,
He's
if
gonna become a
No.
Ahsoka can
Jedi.
do it for
Din
Sabine,
Djarin is
what?
gonna be a
Yeah,
Mandalorian
he gonna be a
Jedi.
Mandalorian
Nah.
Force user. Yep, that's
Yep.
what's
He's
gonna
No.
gonna
happen.
marry Sabine. They're gonna have Mandalorian Jedi's babies.
No, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, it is. That's what they going.
No.
That's the direction they going.
No,
Yep.
no. As a matter of fact, the direction they've been going is that Din Djarin and Bo Katan were probably gonna have something going on.
They would.
Um
They would. They would.
I don't
They
know.
would.
I don't know. I just I really don't know what's going on over there. So
I mean,
stops.
it'd be cool to put Grogu on the big screen because they can spend a lot more money on him because he's a puppet. They can do a lot
Mm-hmm.
more with him. But man, They're gonna have him
Talking about the
fight. They're gonna have him
Mandalorians.
fight Palpatine. He's gonna jump into the other universe with Ahsoka and Sabine. They're gonna leave him there. He's gonna get those two women back. He's like, I'm gonna stay here and hang out. And when the next Yoda apprentice comes through, I'm gonna train him, and it's gonna be Din Djarin and Bo-Katan's baby. He's gonna train him to be a Jedi. So he has a Mandalorian child that's from the old ways
We
and the
got
new
another show to
ways.
talk
You
about.
just over here wilding now. You
We
just
got
over
another
here.
show to talk about.
You just over here
What?
saying anything.
Y'all don't
man.
want that? Y'all don't want that? You know,
No,
Grogu,
no.
the Ben John, Din Djarin, and Bo-Katan get married. They have Ben Djarin. That's
Oh,
the name of the
Lord.
son. His name's Ben Djarin. And he heard Auntie Sabine is telling him you can learn the Force too, like I did. And Grogu gonna send you to the other unit of the galaxy, and Grogu's gonna train you.
You wilding.
Then he's gonna
You
come
wilding.
back and fight Rey and Palpatine one more time.
I don't know. I think if anything, I think Star Wars has learned their lesson that where they screwed up with Marvel.
Did
See,
they?
yes, because they had the same thing going at Marvel, then they screwed it up because they had to grow him up with Baby Groot. After Groot died and he became Baby Groot, they had this. But because of the flow of the movies, Baby Groot had to grow up and become little kid Groot, and then teenage jackass Groot.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I'm Groot.
That's why they're gonna put him in another galaxy by himself. Then Ben Djarin's gonna come there, Bo-Katan, Din Djarin's child, and it's gonna be like Naruto, and they're gonna raise him up to be Boruto, and he's gonna come out, and it's gonna be amazing. We're gonna see that. Randy, what show are we talking about on Binge Worthy tonight?
Thank you. I don't even remember now. We're talking to Brother Son.
Yeah, are we live?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we alive,
bro.
man. We're alive.
Oh,
Yeah, we live,
Hey.
bro. This is cross
my
talk.
bad. I'm over here.
Cross talking, man. We're cross
I'm
Glad
glad
you
was
ain't
prepping,
studying
man.
real bad.
He was over studying his notes, and he was
I literally am doing just that. I was like, hold on, what happened during episode 6?
Oh,
Yo,
yeah.
my bad. I'm here. I am
Okay.
present.
Okay,
What's going
okay.
down?
Okay, we're doing the brother son for binge worthy. Randy, what's the premise? Well, tell people the premises really quick, and we can head over and where to find the show.
Premise really quick is the Korean mafia comes to America because they're having problems. Got to find about his son and his mother, and it's on what you said, Netflix. It's on Netflix. 8 episodes.
Did you say Korean mafia?
Isn't it Korean?
No.
They're Chinese.
The Chinese.
No,
They're
the
the
triad.
triad.
Well, the
Triad is the
triad.
Chinese. They just happen to live in Taiwan, but no, they're
Taiwan. Yeah, the
Chinese.
triads in Taiwan mostly. Most of them are in Taiwan.
Chinese. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why they were still speaking Mandarin.
I apologize. I ain't trying to offend nobody.
Ah,
Okay.
yeah, they jumped you, dog. Ah. Hold on, man. Stall them out. Wait a minute.
yeah. So for y'all to know, this is a Netflix show. It's one of their first originals of the year, and boy, y'all need to come back and hear what we got to say about it. We also
Facts.
watched it together.
That.
So
yeah, that was
come
fun.
back in about 5 minutes, and we'll be ready to actually be on. That's 8:10 Pacific Standard Time, 11:10 Eastern Standard Time, and if you're somewhere in between, you figure out that math on your own.
That part.
Peace.